Hello everyone, here at Little River Trail. We're going to try to make it all the way to the very end of the trail today. Of course, the ends of the campsite. And that water crossing at the very end can be a little tricky. So I don't know if I'll go into the campsite or not. We'll just see what it looks like. But I'm hoping since we haven't had any rain, it should be okay. Probably going to make this into 2 videos. I'll film till we get to the bridge, and then I'll do the second part from the bridge on up to the end. It is very busy today. Had to park on the Jake's Creek side. So on the way back, I may cut across the Cucumber Gap and go down Jake's Creek since I'm parked over there. And since I'm starting a little late, I'm not going to do really too many detours. Especially since I want to go all the way to the end of the trail. I don't know, I may come all the way back this way on the way back because I'm sort of wanting to get in the river a little bit too. It's going to be in the 90s and feel like in the hundreds today. Oh. Just going to have to try to keep an eye on the skies. There's a chance of thunderstorms later this evening, and then mainly tonight though. once we get past the bridge, I don't think we'll see as many people on the second part of my hike, except for maybe ones that are camping. There are 2 camping sites on this trail. Really, kind of 3 if you count the one that's on Husky Gap. We'll be going through one and ending at another campsite though. And you see the river is fairly low. Haven't had too much rain lately. That's why I'm hoping the last river crossing's not too bad. Even though it can still be tricky, even during low times. I know when I've done it in the past, I didn't even attempt to go across it, even though it wasn't too bad a few times I went. It just ends at a campsite, so I figured that was far enough. Not late, it's a lot later than I normally start. It's around 10:30 or maybe 11. I may still just cut it across Cucumber Gap. I'll decide on the way back. I may just get in the river a little while when I'm at the bridge on the way back. That'll be before you reach Cucumber Gap Trail. See them fishing down there? It's just summertime. It's going to be busy every day now. Basically, no matter where you go. Driving by the little falls, it looked like a city. There's so many people. I've been hearing different things about when they're going to close it. I don't know when officially they're going to close it though. I've been hearing after summer and various other things. I do know when they do close it, it's going to be for 18 months straight closed. I just do not know when. I've been hearing they've been having trouble getting contractors to work on it. That's why it's taking so long. I have a feeling it's got the time constriction myself of having to get it done in 18 months. It may sound like a long time to you and me, just to hike it, but to get the work done it needs to be done, it'll take a while, especially when you have to deal with weather and all. actually wasn't the trail I planned on doing today. I was planning on being on the higher elevations where it'd be cooler. But something came up and I couldn't get there as early as I would have liked to. And I knew it'd be jam-packed up there. But for a while I didn't think I was going to get a parking spot here. Luckily Jake's Creek side isn't too bad. Yeah, I'd like to. I really want to get up to LeConte. I knew that was a no-go today, though. I'd like to go Bullhead, but they haven't cleared it yet. I'm thinking almost likely go to Boulevard if I go to Mount LeConte. I know it's one of the longest ways there, but I don't have to really worry about parking too much since it's a newfound gap. You can usually always find a space there. I keep driving around and want to open up sooner there than any other spot. And that way, on the way back, if I feel like it, just really depends if I feel like it, I can go by the jump off and even possibly Charlie's Bunion. But of course, that'll depend how I feel, because that's a long hike anyway, just to LeConte from there. But I'm going to be so close to the Bunion, I'd kind of hate not to stop by. Even though I've done it before and didn't go by the Bunion. But I think at that time it was coming a storm and I was just trying to get back pretty fast. So there's going to be a lot of factors if I do the Bunion and all on the way back. It'll be how I feel and what the weather's looking like. I was actually hoping to do part of the AT today from Clingman's Dome all the way to Siler's Bald. But with the traffic going up the mountain and knowing it'd probably be, parking lot would probably be packed there, I didn't want to chance it. And that's a long hike. I think it'd be about 16 to 18 miles round trip. And that's not counting the hike up to Clingman's Dome. But I guess that is an area I wouldn't mind being caught in the dark. Ain't too bad up there. And it's just a day or two past full moon, so the moon should still be a little bright. It probably would have been alright if I could have just found parking. That was the biggest thing I was worried about. And there was a big line going up the mountain, so it would have took a lot of time to get up there. I did see a bear on the Gatlinburg bypass coming in. I don't think the video got it too good because of where it was located. It's kind of, as I was going, it's kind of behind a hill. I just saw it barely from the side in the pass. Of course, people coming up the other way going towards Fishing Forge would have had a good view of it, where it was. But coming into this park, you wouldn't have known it was there until you were right there at it. I guess that was a good thing though. It didn't cause a backup since most people didn't know it was there until too late. It's definitely causing a backup for the other direction now. Basically, the only reason I knew there was a bear there is because cars in the other lane were stopped. I just looked up there. I think most of the ones that were going up the mountain at this time were wanting to get to where they were wanting to get to. Before it got much later. See, a lot of them are going to Andrews Bald. Try to see the azaleas. I did think about going there and seeing the azaleas again. And doing another way out that I haven't done. Back up to the AT and to the Kingman's Dome, but I found out that way it gets barely overgrown, and I saw some pictures of the overgrown, and I'm like, you can't even see the trail. It's over your head. It's all briars. So that's something I need to either do first when they first open the road or just before they close it. That's another long hike, about 20-mile hike. To do that. I was just hoping to do it because I know there's a lot of water crossings that way too. and they can be very tricky, especially if they're high water. So I'm thinking more before, sometime more before they close the road instead of after they reopen. The water's usually higher in the spring than it is in the fall. Hello. The way this trail usually typically works anyway. You have quite a few people until you get to the falls, then you'll see less people there. Then on the way up to where you get to Cucumber Gap, you'll see quite a few people, and you'll lessen up from there. And to the bridge, you might see a few people, and then after that, you usually barely see anyone past the bridge, unless, like I said, they're camping or something. I think Garson Prong would be nice to do too, but I'm not going to do it today. I know I haven't really taken you all up to the very end of this trail. I'm sort of surprised this trail they didn't keep it going up to the AT. Because when you look at the maps, the AT is not really too far off past the end of this trail. Maybe it's just too steep. And of course, this is an old railroad for when they were doing trees. We're cutting trees. As much as I hate to, I'm probably gonna have to put my hat on with the bug net. I just don't like wearing the hat because it obscures some of the views. And I find the spray, like deep spray and off spray, doesn't seem to work too well for me anyway. I've tried using the off spray and all, but it seems like I might as well just spray sugar on them. It seems like it attracts the bugs instead of repels them. I'm just about to the waterfall. Husky Branch Falls. Big old pile of bear doo-doo. The bear scat. Not flowing too much today. Like I said, water is low. Haven't had too much rain. Not as much as we've seen it before. Yep, that water is looking good right now. It is hot. I still like this time of the year better than the cold. You can always jump in that water and cool off, but you can't jump in that water and warm up. People on Cucumber Gap. I see them now. Right over there. I may go back that way and I may not. It really depends how I feel and I want to come back. There's Cucumber Gap Trail. It's a good loop if you want to do it one day. And of course this is a steady climb, but it's not steep. But I do think once after we pass the Goshen Prong, it gets a little steeper. It looks even more like a trail than a road, in places anyway. I did think about doing Rush Creek and up to the Sugarland Mountain where we can see the backside of the chimneys, but I heard there's a bunch of trees down on it too. And it gets very overgrown this time of the year. So it's another one you really want to kind of do towards the winter or over the winter, or before it gets too green. Even though I have done it before. I guess I still could do that other trail, but it's being so long, and from the pictures I've seen from it, I don't know if I really want to go through all that. Because what I've seen from it, it'd be worse than walking through that. Right there. And of course we're about to the bridge now. You can see it up ahead. Which I said this is going to be the end of my first part. I may at least take us up to the Husky Gap Trailhead to give us a beginning and end. This bridge can be tricky when it's icy. In the winter. You definitely don't want to get near the edges if you fall. Even though it is fairly deep down there, I still don't want to fall into it. Still a chance of hitting that rock. Especially on this side. I think I'll get us up the Husky Gap Trailhead up there, and that's where I'll end this one and restart the other one for the next day. Which, as you know, Husky Gap goes all the way to 441 or Newfound Gap Road, whichever you want to call it. So as you see, the trail really doesn't say where the distance to the end of the trail. I'm thinking it's 5 miles one way, and maybe a little more. I'm not sure. 100% sure. I didn't really look it up. I don't really pay too much attention to the miles to the end. I hope you enjoyed this hike here on Little River Trail. Get ready for part 2 tomorrow. Everyone, thanks for watching and have a great day.